You say, did anything happen? You don't see our sons with us, do you? You know, some of you dads, think about this, Pop, for the price of a burger. It's all taken care of. Plus, you get this big settlement from Jack in the Box. But, hey, you know what you need to do? Here's what you need to do. The next time you're watching your TV. No, all right, wait. I'm going to try to get you to think. And I might have said this before, but it merits saying again. You big men, you know, I'm the head of the home. Man, oh man, as soon as a man finds that out, half the world knows. Hey, I'm the head of the home. Did you know that? I'm the head of the home. Did you know I'm the head of the home? I'm everybody. Woman, where's my coffee? You men who are the head of your home, you ever been watching something on TV with your family? And there was a scene on there that you didn't want your wife and kids to see? Come on, they showed something you didn't want them to see, and it made you mad? You know it happened. I know it happened because you're afraid to say amen right now. You ever been watching TV with your family and you heard something? Somebody in that show said a word that you don't allow anybody to say in your house, and they said it, and you didn't want your wife to hear it, and you didn't want your children to hear it? Did it make you mad? Get rid of your TV? You tried to anticipate it with the mute button. You went back to it over and over and over and over and over again loyally and let it do that. Listen, there are children in this church who have never been inside a strip joint and know everything that goes on in them because of what they saw in their own living room. But your pastor stood behind this pulpit and one time said something that made you mad, and you'll walk out of the church and never come back and badmouth in the rest of your life. You have got more grace with the perverts that are corrupting your family than a man of God that's trying to help your family. You know what I got saved from? I got saved from the world. I am not an environmentalist, man. I'm death on environmentalism. I mean, I just say things. We don't have a house. We haven't had a house in 21 years. We live on the road all the time. We don't own anything, but I tell people all the time, I'm going to buy a wooded lot. Oh, you're going to build a house? No. We're just going to buy a wooded lot. Cut it down. To put in a house? No. Sell it for lumber? Paper? What are you going to cut it down for? I just want environmentalists to go by and go, look. Yeah. So how could you be so heartless? How could you worry about a tree, you idiot? Somebody's got a head harder than yours? Come on. What are you upset about? What do you care about a tree? You guys know what happened over there in Nova Scotia the last time I was there? That was wonderful. Last day, brother, Percy Lake standing behind the pulpit. He says, Dr. Gipp, we have a surprise for you. And as soon as those words left his mouth, I heard a chainsaw start. Which really is, you know, that's not a nice thing to think about. I've got a surprise for you, and you hear a chainsaw start. I said, didn't this happen in Texas? And I got to cut down a tree. I got to go out and cut down a tree. I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I brought it with me. No, they even gave me a new prayer card. Friend to environmentalism. To environmentalists. Revivals, soul winning conferences, Bible conferences, tree trimming, hedges, lawns. But anyway, man, I went out there. I whacked down a tree. I'd never cut down a tree before. It was wonderful. On this prayer card, they got a picture of me with the victim holding the weapon. It's just wonderful. You say, don't you feel bad? I feel bad that it didn't have vocal cords and nerve endings. I wanted to feel every bit of that chain cutting through it and scream as it fell. Ah! And are you ready for this? You're sitting down. I get done cutting that tree down on the way back into church. You know what I was doing? As we come across a parking lot, I was coming up to acorns like this. Percy goes, what are you doing? I said, these are oak abortions. Now look, if you're sitting there right now going, well, I just don't think that's very funny. You watch too much TV. You need to get right with God. If you're worried about running out of oil, global warming. I was telling the guys, think about this, guys. You know what I think of global warming? You know what my picture of global warming is? Orange trees in your country. How about some of the Northwest Territories covered by cornfields? Isn't this same world that's screaming about global warming saying we're worried about not being able to feed all the people in the world? Think about global warming. Think about how much of Canada will be farmland after global warming, right? Why haven't they said that? Come on, that'll be true. Why haven't they said that? Because it's always got to be bad. I tell people, I know global warming is not true, and I'm going to tell you why I know it's not true, because they found ice in rocks 200 feet under the polar cap of the moon. That's how I know global warming isn't true. Our guys, they landed something on the polar lunar cap, drilled 200 feet under the lunar surface, drug up some rocks, found ice in the rocks. And you know what NASA said? Why, man, there's ice in those rocks. We could take those rocks and melt it and we'll have water. We could build a colony on the moon. And they're talking about building a colony on the moon, drilling 200 feet below the surface, pull the ice rocks out of there, melt the ice, make coffee. And they say that like I'm going to Walmart this afternoon. But you say the same guy, something about global warming, go, oh, there's no hope. Get rid of the cars. I believe in global warming, guys. I'm for it. They said it's going to go up a degree. A degree. You put my hand on that thermostat, pal. There ain't going to be no degree to it, buddy. We're going to crank her up, all right? I had somebody say this. There's going to be a hole in the ozone. I ain't worried about it. If I thought it was really done by my deodorant, I'd be standing out there with 2 cans just ripping holes in it. They said, don't you know what will happen if there's that hole in the ozone gets any bigger? Yeah, quicker tan. I know. You know what? You know why people get mad at me when I say that? I'm going to tell you exactly why. I am being irreverent to their religion. And I don't go to that church. I probably told you this. We were in Carlsbad Caverns, and you take this tour. You end up 750 feet underground, and there was a pool of water. I am ashamed to say this. I hope Canadians got better sense than Americans in this respect. But if you're in America and you have no income whatsoever, I can tell you how to be a millionaire. Build a wishing well and put it out by the road. That's all you got to do. Put a little water in there, throw a handful of change. It's a moneymaker now. Americans will throw money in any standing water. You go to the mall, the fountain's full of coins. I fall in those things all the time. Whoops. I was going to a restaurant, and there was a little stream. The stream was this wide, and there's a little bridge across it. The stream is full of coins. Some idiot. 3 coins, a fountain. And I'm in Carlsbad Caverns, and there's a pool of water. The rock is kind of a copper color, and there's a pool of water, and I'm amazed. 750 feet underground, there's a pool of water. There's not a coin. I said, there must be no Americans come past this. I mean, Americans, I'm in Mother Earth. This will do it. And then I saw a sign. You know what it said? Please don't throw coins in the water because the minerals in the water will react with the metal in the coins and plunk, plunk. You say you didn't. I'm cheap, too. I would have thrown 2 pennies, but I was afraid they wouldn't see them because they're the same color as the rock. I got the 2 shiniest dimes I had. Plucked them out there. Oh, you should have saw them, man. It was like they were iridescent. These 2 silver spots. There was Franklin Delano Roosevelt waving at everybody that came by. You say, why did you do that? Because I wanted some granola, some seedy-looking, matted-haired, pimple-faced granola to come by and go, oh, looky, straight through coins in the water. Say, why did you do that, Gipp? Because we don't go to that church. Oh, you know what I do? You know what I'll do when I'm in like the Grand Canyon or something? I have fun. I'll wait till I see some of them granolas coming. Yeah, they're easy to tell. Yeah. Mother. And I'll wait until they're about where that plant is, just when they're getting within earshot. And I won't even look at them. I'll turn my back to them. I talk to them. I go, you. I'll say, now they're going to be putting the nuclear waste down at this end of the canyon. And they'll be storing the toxic waste down at this end of the canyon. Yeah, honest, that's what I do. Say, well, oh man, I'm telling you, I am probably responsible for more grassroots environmental groups than anybody in the country. I'll bet you when I leave town, the guys that run those little national parks, the guy will hang up and go, that is the third call I got today. Stop the toxic waste storage. What's this about?